Hello everyone, this is the second lesson about biology. 2.42. How do we know that smoking causes disease? This topic is on page 122, 123. In the previous lesson we talked about smoking and disease. We talked about cigarette and what are some chemicals that we can find it in a cigarette and how it causes diseases. So today, to prove that smoking causes diseases, okay, we should have some evidence. We should show some evidence about this topic. So firstly, we have epidemiologist. What do you mean by it? It's the person who studied the patterns of disease and the factors that affect them. So, how we can connect between this definition and what we will study today and what we already studied last lesson. The study of pattern of disease and the factors affect them. In last lesson, one of the diseases that we talked about it was cancer. Okay, then factors that affect them. We said which factor it affect the health, which factor it cause the cancer. If you remember, we said it's TAR. So TAR. TAR, it's the factor that cause disease, which is cancer. So epidemiologist, here we have this person, Sir Richard Doll, was an epidemiologist. He studied patterns in the distribution of diseases. So this person, his results were very valuable. Why were very valuable? Because he collected data in a scientific way, removing many variables from his studies. For example, when he did his research or when he did his study about the effect of smoking on health, some of the data that he took, firstly, number one, he carried out many of his studies on doctors. Focus on the word doctors. So he could rule out profession as a cause of lung disease. Here, he chose doctors. The reason behind choosing doctors, because as we know, doctors, they are working in hospitals and in like the atmosphere in the hospitals, it's clean. So the effect of atmosphere here on the lung will be low. So then, number two, he separated data from people living in cities from those living in countryside. So here we have city and we have countryside. So he took some data from cities and also some data from countryside. Why he separate this data from these two places? Because as we know, the atmosphere it differ a lot between countryside and cities. As we know, in cities the atmosphere it's usually it's somehow, let's say, it's polluted. Okay, then here we have this bar chart. This bar chart it shows the percentage of smokers in 15 to 17 years age group and through different years. So here what do we have? We have percentage and in years. So here, by the way, this they took it from a data from UK. Okay. Here, as you can see here, we have the case. It's the blue or the purple, the blue color. It represents boys and red. Let's say red. The red color, it represents girls. So between the years 1980 to 1995, as you can see, the percentage in 1980, it was, for example, 20% of people, those they have between the age 15 to 17, they were smoking. Okay, girls here, 20%. But in 1985, what happened? As you can see, it increased between 1985 to 1990. Also again, it increased. Okay, between 19 and 95, it increased more. So this graph, it shows that girls between 15 and 17 years old in UK during or between this year's 1980 to 1995, it shows a significant increase. Okay, so more girls start smoking between 1980 to 1995. If we will take the example of boys, we will see more than 30% of boys were smoking in 1980. Then between 1980 and 1985, the percentage, it decreased, and so on. So by the end, we saw number of girls that they start smoking or who were smoking between age 15 and 17, it increased, while boys, it decreased. Here we have another line graph. It shows the percentage. Okay, we saw the increase in risk of death, from lung cancer and cigarettes smoked per day. So more cigarettes smoked per day increase the risk of death from lung cancer. Many studies, it says this statement, okay, but we should have some evidence. Here is one of the evidence. So if we will study or if we will read this graph, we will see that here it's x5, x10. What's that mean? As long as we go this way, okay, the percentage or the risk, it's increasing. Here, what do we have here? It's how many cigarettes do they smoke per day. Let's take an example of this one. People who smoke 20 cigarettes per day, the risk of death from lung cancer, it increased 20 times, and so on. If we will take this another example, those days smoke 30 cigarettes per day, okay, sorry, okay, so it's about 27 times. So in total, at the end here, more cigarettes smoked per day increase the risk of death from lung cancer. Here also we have another graph, again another evidence that it shows how smoking, it affects the life. Okay, here what do we have? Doctors alive, percentage of number alive at age 55 and age years. Okay, here we have two lines. As you can see, this line, it's for smokers, this one it's for non-smokers. As you can see, doctors, those they smoke, okay, they die earlier than those they don't smoke. Thank you. I hope this video was useful. Again, don't hesitate to text me if you have any questions, any concerns about the topic. Have a good day.